Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about the update statement. We will see the lot of example how we can use the update statement. So let's start with the today's video. In the last video, we already discussed about the null operator, is null operator, and how we can use that. As well, we discuss what exactly the difference between null, zero, and the blank value. So if you are not aware about those concepts, you can check my previous video. So let's start with the today's video. So for that, I'm going to create a new query. And let's see what exactly the employee details table the data is looking right now, because we have made a lot of changes and we have added a lot of data from the last 2 or 3 sessions. So you can see there is some null data, blank data. So let's update that data in the today's session, and let's understand how we can use the update command to update those data. So the update statement in SQL is used to modify the existing record in the database table. So you can use it to change the values in one or more column for rows that meet a specified condition. Always remember that mention the where clause when you are using the update and the delete command. Suppose if you are not mention where clause, the data will get updated for all the rows. For example, I want to update the department where the value is the null. So in that case, suppose if I forgot to mention where condition, then that department name will updated for all the rows mentioned here. That means it will get updated for all the 10 rows. So that's why it is always important to write the where condition when you are using the update and the delete command. So right now we are using the temporary like a table for our practice purpose. So right now we are using this demo table for our practice purpose. But when you are using the pre-production and the production environment, it is always mandatory to use the where clause. That's risky because when you are not using the where clause, it get affected on all the rows of the mention column. So make sure that you mention the where clause when you are using the update and the delete command. So how we can use the update? So let's understand the syntax of the update command. Suppose I want to update this department name where the value is the null. How can I do that? So first mention update. This is our command. We need to mention the table name. So here the table name is the employee details. Then we need to set the value. So value we wanted to set is the department value. I want to set as suppose IT. Okay, this is the department value I want to set. And as we discuss, always mention where command. So where department, I want to update this department value where value is the null. So I can mention department where department is the null. So let's understand once again what we wrote here exactly. So this is the update command, and here I have mentioned the uh, table name. So the name of the table where I want to update the data. Then here I am setting this value. So here you can mention the multiple column name as well, that we will discuss the example. So basically I am setting this column name value here, and I am putting the where condition. So this condition identify which rows I want to update, and if you omit the where clause, all the rows in the table will get updated. So it is kind of mandatory to put the where clause if you don't want to update all the rows. Then where I'm putting the condition department is the null. So I'm here updating the single column. Let's execute this query and let's check what exactly the output we are getting. If you see here, the previously data was null here for the department name. It was coming as the null, and now we updated it as a IT. Suppose if I want to update a multiple columns, how can I do that? So for that, I'm copying this same statement. Now here I want to update email ID and the phone number. So here I can mention like I want to update the email is equal to, I can mention whatever the value I want to pass. For example, abc@gmail.com. And when you want to mention the multiple column name, you can separate them by using the comma. So just the put comma and mention another column name. So I want to update the phone number. So phone number, and you can give the value of the phone number 123 321 1111. So this is my phone number value, and you can mention as many column names as you want. So right now I want to update this data on the uh, row 8. So here you can see the employee ID is the 8. So I can write the condition where employee ID is the 8. So you can put any condition. You can put like where the first name is equal to Jane and the last name like a Johnson's. So you can put any condition, but make sure that it is the unique name. Like here you can see we have the two columns. Sorry, here you can see we have the two rows where the first name is the Jane. If I write that condition, then these two rows will get affected, and employee ID is the unique ID. So that's why I'm using the employee ID to uniquely identify this 8 row, because I just want to update the one row. So here you can mention the employee ID as a 8. Let's execute this statement, and you can see the one row is the affected. And let's check now. You can see this value is the updated. So here previously the value was the coming null. Now I updated. So the value is the coming as the whatever the value we have set. Okay. Then the next case, as I told, if you are not mentioned the where clause, then what will happen? So for that, I am creating a new table. So we already discussed about the temporary table, what exactly the temporary table and how to create that, and what exactly the difference between single hash table and the double hash table. Everything we have covered in the previous video. So if you are not aware about that, check that previous video. I'm mentioning that here. You can check that. So I'm creating one temporary table here, name as the temp one. So for that, I'm writing select star into, I'm mentioning as the hash temp1 from, we need to write employee details. So basically I'm creating the temporary one table from the employee details table. So let's check what exactly the data we are getting in the temp1 table. Select star from temp1, and this data is creating in the, if you see here, there is a temp dp, so this data will get created in the temp dp. So let's execute this statement. Here you can see the same data, whatever the data present in the employee details, you can see the same data in the temp1 table. So this is the temporary table. Still I have this session active. Till that time only I can use this table. So this table I'm going to use to show you. Suppose if I not mention the where clause, what will happen? So that, for example, I'm taking this example as a setting the department as the IT. So I'm just copy pasting this, and instead of the employee details I want to mention here temp1. So we are changing this detail on the temp1 because I don't want it to affect on my employee details table. Just for the demo purpose I'm doing this. That's why on the temporary table only I'm changing this detail. So as we discussed, if we not mention the where clause, it will get affected to all the rows. So right now I have some other data as well in the department name HR, finance, marketing. After executing this query, all the details will change to the IT. Let's see that. Execute this one. You can see the 10 rows are affected. Means we have the 10 records, all those gets affected because of this update clause. So now you can see the department name for all the rows is a change to IT. Obviously, we don't want in the practical example to change all the data. So when you are doing the update and the delete command on the pre-production and the production environment, make sure that you mention the where clause. So that only I want to show with this example. So let's go back to the employee details table. There you can see all the department name properly. So let's take the example. Suppose I want to increase the salary of each employees by the 10%. So how can I do that? So for that, you don't need to write the where clause. So I'm going to do that on the temporary one table only. So let's write the command. So update hash temp one table where I need to set the salary, and salary we are going to increase by 10%. So that's why I'm going to multiply it with 1.10, and let's execute this command. So it will increase the salary of all the employees by the 10%. You can see the 10 rows are affected. Let's see exactly what exactly the data we are getting. You can see all these employee salary is get added by the 10%, increase by the 10%. So you can use the expression as well, so you can use the mathematical command as well to set your data. So let's discuss some of the key points you need to remember while writing the update command. Always use the where clause to avoid updating all the rows in the table. Second thing is ensure that the data you are assigning to the column matches the data type of the respective column. So in previous session already we discussed how to identify the data type of the each column. The update statement is a powerful, so be careful to ensure that your where clause is correctly specified to avoid the unwanted changes. So that's it for the today guys. Hope this session is useful for you. If you have any question about this update command, you can mention that in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video till the end and have a nice day.